And so, let me back up just a little bit here. Because I want to cover, talk about this, how, when he comes up with this riddle. Ain't that strange, if you're at a wedding, getting ready to get married, and you're at the great feast and the shindig, bachelor party, bachelorette party and everything, and then all of a sudden, husband comes out to the family and says, wants to answer a riddle, challenges them, right? And again, we're talking about boundaries and things, so he's going to challenge them, right? And through that, they kind of get upset, right? They kind of get upset. And that's the thing also with God. It's the great mystery. Let's, we believe Jesus, okay? The great mystery in the book of Revelations, great mystery, Babylon, mystery. The mystery is God lives in you. So the mystery is that we don't have to go finding God no more. He's with you and he's in you. And so through all of our life, we figure out that's what all this great mystery was. Just so I would know who God was? Yeah. Yeah, not only would you not only know who our Father is, but you know what he looks like, you know what he feels like, you know what he smells like, you know what he tastes like. You know every square inch of your dad. And when you know the power of having a super strong figure father, because our relationship between moms and dads and family members defines our faith in God. It does. It defines our faith. Grow up with good, faithful parents, you have good, faithful children. No faith, you don't have faith. So now we're talking the in-laws. Have the great party and all the family comes over. And he challenges them with a question. Same with us. We're with discernment, we're going to question integrity. And we're not going to just question somebody else's integrity. We're going to question our own integrity. I cannot fix somebody else, okay? But I can fix myself. I can fix myself. And so that's the thing we need to understand. Verse 10, chapter 14 of Book of Judges. Alright? And so his father goes down to the woman, and Samson's preparing the feast, and everything's getting ready, and all the young men that he knows comes in, and as soon as all the people saw them, they brought 30 companions to be with him. And so now you got to understand, they're starting to bring their influence in. All right, you didn't marry me. You married the whole family. The in-laws or the outlaws or those other guys that nobody loves their mother-in-law, do they? We're supposed to. And so now all of a sudden you got the in-laws coming in. And he almost like mocks them, right? He's kind of like mocking them because he's challenging their way of life, their the things they've learned, right? Like today, I'm challenge you and asking you to say, yeah, what I learned was wrong, and what I was taught was wrong. And I'm challenging you to ask yourself in your heart, do I want to be a part of a better life? And this isn't a financial thing. This is about a self-esteem thing, my love myself thing. And when you have high self-esteem and love for yourself, you can conquer anything. And that's what Jesus proves for us. So in this story is Jesus Christ. Samson's got 7 locks and long hair, right? 7 locks to represent the 7 spirits. Boy, there's a whole bunch of 7s in this story. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of 7s in the book of Revelations. Let me seal you with the mark of heaven, right, with God's name, and we're going to seal you in forgiveness. So a lot of this story comes about forgiveness. We cannot move on until we can forgive ourselves, one, for getting ourselves in trouble, because we blame ourselves for allowing it to happen. So we got to forgive ourselves because it wasn't our fault. Here we come to find out, what? It's not my fault. God was doing this all the time. God was watching over all the time. God was with me the whole time and did nothing. And he says, yeah, I was with you the whole time. And I'm the one who took the abuse for you. Samson's abused, eyes ripped out. I'm the one who takes the abuse for you. Hey, a regular person was violated that way as you were when you were a child. They would have committed suicide. But you didn't. Because I took that abuse. I protected your mind. I helped you out, says God. Now, let's get back to our story so we can visually see what this looks like. We know what it felt like. What did it look like as an outsider looking in? Sometimes we can't see ourselves. We know what's going on in the world because we're looking out into the world, but the world is looking out back at us. I can see all your problems and imperfections, and they look back and say, yeah, I can see yours too. What? I don't have no imperfections. What are you talking about? Well, if anybody says they have no sin. So in other words, if we have a log in our eye, we can't see our own sin, our own imperfection. We can't recognize that our inability to love ourselves, everybody can see that. We can make a cartoon character called Eeyore, this donkey. Donkey. Did you know there's a Bible says donkey talked? Donkeys talk. So anyway, there's this donkey, and he's called Eeyore, and he's Winnie the Pooh, and he loves honey. And in that story, there's, oh, and through our depression, our whole body becomes sick. Stress and depression causes cancer. It breaks down your immune system. All those things. Where did my depression come from? The abuse. Being a doormat. How did I become a doormat? Well, I didn't have any boundaries. And everybody walked all over me. And I couldn't say no. I didn't want to hurt anybody. If you want to, just walk all over me, fine. But I don't want to ruffle no feathers. Well, Samson's empowered with the Holy Spirit. So we can learn a lot from Samson. Comes up with this riddle. Tells them, if you can tell me what it is within the 7 days of the feast and find it out, then I will give you 30 linen garments, 30 changes of clothes. But if you cannot tell me what it is, then you shall give me 30 linen garments and 30 changes of clothes. So anyway, in other words, he was basically like setting them up in his mind. Oh, I got a riddle for you that's impossible to figure out. I'm the only one that was there who killed the lion. I'm the only one there who ate the honey. And I didn't tell my mom, I didn't tell my dad, and I didn't tell anybody about what happened. I'm the only one on earth that knows. Me and God. And nobody else. Jesus says, I'm the only one who ever saw God. And nobody else. I'm the one who was with God, dancing and laughing when He created the moons and the stars. And nobody else. Only I know God. And nobody else. one of the gifts of Jesus Christ is the knowledge and the wisdom of that unknown God. Our Father. So he thinks he's going to set him up, right? And they kind of get bent into shape. He gives them the thing, and we went over that. Now after 3 days, he could not solve the riddle. All right, you got Jonah in the belly of the whale, 3 days. Jesus, 3 days death, and on the third day he's going to rise back to life. All right? Great weeping, gnashing of the teeth. Peter denies him. Peter's great sorrow. All those things, right? And that's the thing with Jesus Christ is hope. A hope that will surpass all things. And that hope comes from the transformation. The transformation of our mind that believes that I have a purpose in this life, and not just a purpose in this life, but I matter. And I don't just matter, I matter to God. And not only that, I don't have to have any other person on this earth prove it to me. Nothing has to prove to me that I love God and He loves me. And nothing can take that away from you or God or that knowledge, that wisdom. That you matter beyond measure. Beyond measure. Right? It's kind of interesting. God's love, grace, and mercy for us. And the empowerment of that stuff. So for 3 days they couldn't figure it out. 3 days could not figure it out. But on the 4th day, they said to Samson's wife. Samson's going to be like represent Jesus, okay? 7's full spirits, bride, Samson's wife, us, and all that stuff, okay? So, couldn't figure it out. Entice your husband to tell us what the riddle is. Least we burn you and your father's house with fire. And here we come today, a lot of things, preaching and teaching is fire and brimstone, right? Why would I want to believe in Jesus Christ or some stupid God that all it is fire, brimstone, go to hell, go to heaven, whatever. No. Okay, that's false, that's lie. Okay, we just got that information from who? Philistines. Them weeds, those thorns, those thistles, and you say, why? Because when the only thing being taught or preached is fire, brimstone, look at the end of the world, how much hope is that? Oh, I got to hope to be destroyed tomorrow? Or am I going to hope for a better day? And all of our hope is this. I'm not guaranteed tomorrow. My hope stands firm and strong on today, always. And when I got God with me today, well, I can do anything. I can do anything. Today, if I wanted to, I could do jumping jacks. I wouldn't. Now, on the 4th day, they start to pressure her. Right? Entice your husband, tell us what the riddle is. Lest we burn you and your family's house. So now they're upset. They're threatening her. They're bringing torment and torture into her. Now, things. Okay, now we're going to go from physical world to a bunch of Neanderthal people 2,000 years ago to today. What does this look like today? Well, okay. These people, they come in and they abuse this little girl. This is my wife. I didn't know she was abused. And through the abuse of this little girl, she cannot be loved. Now, I love her with all my heart. But she can't receive my love. She can't receive it. She can dish it out because for her, love has a totally different meaning. She's been taught and trained through false teachings and abuse, lies. You know, that's the thing. I was abused by molestation, but I'm going to prove that act will love me. That act will love me. And I know Mr. Right, whoever Mrs. Right's going to walk in the door one day, provide me with the greatest act of sex there ever has been, and God, I'm going to be happy. And then they throw you off in the town and out the door. God. I sure thought that was the one. That was going to be the night. And I know we're emotional people. We got emotions, we got feelings, and we got all this stuff in us raging around. All of us do. Self-control. Breaks the self-control. Where there's a place of devil's lawlessness. So without self-control is a place of no law, of no boundary. That's what he does, is break down your self-control so that he can be God over you. Alright? When he's God over you and you ain't got no self-control, it's a place of weeping and gnashing of the teeth. Usually, it's because we want something that doesn't belong to us. It don't belong to us. That false love doesn't belong to us. If that false love loved you, then you would be of this world. But because that false love cannot love you, it's because you're not of this world. And that's why it can't satisfy you. He can. And that's why Jesus is so huge focus. Not higher power. The living God. When the living God is focused, he's walking, standing in this room. He's talking to you, he's hugging on you, he's caring for you. And you don't got to go far. That's the part where when we're standing rock solid. On the Mount of Calvary, like Jesus, this is the image I want from you. That rock solid faith that says I matter in here to him, to him. Then the transformation comes. That's why there's the crucifixion and then the glorification. When you believe that with all your heart, might, and soul, you can move a mountain. Oh yeah, you can move one. And that mountain of Zion, that mountain of peace, love, mercy, gentleness, and kindness will live with you. You ain't going to be raptured out of this. No, that peace is going to come and live with you. Engulf you. Nurse you. And take care of you. They get all upset. Right? You have invited us here to impoverish us, and sent his wife, wept over him and said, "You hate me. You hate me." And on the fourth day, she starts crying. "You hate me. Why? Listen to the devil. God hates me. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in. That's why God didn't protect me. He hates me. If there was a God in heaven, He wouldn't allow this pain and suffering. He hates me. He's going to throw us in the fire. You hate me. You do not love me. You put a riddle, put problems to my life, to my people. You have not told me what it is. And he said to her, look, I have not told my father nor my mother. Now shall I tell you? I love my mom and dad with all my heart, mind, and soul. And I didn't tell them. I didn't tell them. Why would they love you any less? Right? I can't receive your love, Samson. We're at a 7-day party, a feast, man. Jesus. We're at the end of times, and there's a second. I can't accept or receive that love and peace. I know He's going to burn us away. And I know you're going to let it happen, Samson. You put a riddle to us. You held back a mystery to us. What's the mystery? God's going to unveil this mystery in the last days, and we don't even know. All we know is we're going to probably burn. I didn't even told my mother or my father. Should I tell you? She wept before Him the 7 days, full 7 days, that their feast lasted. And on the 7th day, she told her, because you pressed me hard. Because you pressed me hard. Remember Jesus and the one lady and the Samaritan